The simple past tense. The simple past tense describes completed actions or events in the past. 1. The structure. A. Regular verbs. Most regular verbs form the simple past tense by adding ed to the base form of the verb. 1. Affirmative. Subject plus verb plus ed. For example, she walked to the store yesterday. 2. Negative. Subject plus did not, didn't, plus verb, bare infinitive. E.g., they didn't watch a movie last night. 3. Interrogative. Did plus subject plus verb, bare infinitive. For example, did you see the new play? B. Irregular verbs. Irregular verbs have unique past tense forms that need to be memorized. 1. Affirmative. Subject plus verb 2. For example, he went to the park this morning. 2. Negative. Subject plus did not, didn't, plus verb, bare infinitive. For example, she didn't eat lunch at noon. 3. Interrogative. Did plus subject plus verb, bare infinitive. For example, did they have a good time at the party? Here's a table of common irregular verbs. This list includes some irregular verbs in the English language. Each verb presents the base or bare infinitive initially, succeeded by the simple past, V2, form. For example, be was, were. Have had. Do did. Go went. Come came. See saw. Get got. Make made. Take took. Give gave. Find found. Say said. Know knew. Think thought. Feel felt. See to be. 1. Affirmative form. Singular noun pronoun, I, he, she, it. For example, I, he, she, it was happy. Plural noun pronoun, we, you, they. For example, we, you, they were happy. 2. Negative form. For example, I, he, she, it was not happy. We, you, they were not happy. 3. Interrogative form. For example, was I, he, she, it happy? Were we, you, they happy? 2. The pronunciation of the ed ending in English words can vary depending on the preceding sound. Here are the three main ways it's pronounced. 1. T sound, when the base form of the verb ends in a voiceless consonant sound like T, K, F, P, S, or theta, the ed ending is pronounced as a voiceless T sound. For example, walked, WKT, laughed, laughed, hoped, hopped. 2. D sound, when the base form of the verb ends in a voiced consonant sound like B, G, D, V, Z, M, N, L, or R, the ed ending is pronounced as a voiced D sound. For example, grabbed, our Latin letter AEBD, played, pled, turned, TRND. 3. D sound, when the base form of the verb ends in a vowel sound or a voiced consonant sound other than D or T. The ed ending is pronounced as an extra syllable, with an sound followed by a D sound. For example, wanted, WNTD, needed, NID, ended, NDD. 3. Usage. 1. Single completed actions. We use the past simple tense to describe actions that happened at a specific time in the past and are completed. For example, I studied English yesterday. 2. Series of completed actions. We use the simple past tense to give a series of completed actions in the order that they happened. For example, he woke up, brushed his teeth, and went to work. 3. Past repeated actions. We use the simple past tense to talk about past repeated actions. For example, when I was a child, I played soccer every day. 4. Long-term situations in the past. We use the simple past tense to talk about long-term situations in the past which are no longer true. For example, she lived in that house for 10 years, but now she lives in a different city. 4. Signal words. Here are common signal words that can help identify the simple past tense. 1. Specific time references such as yesterday, last night, last week, last month, last year, 2 days ago, in 1999. 2. Adverbs of past time such as ago, previously, before, earlier, once. 3. Time indicators such as when, after, while, during, as soon as. 4. Historical time references such as in the past, in ancient times, centuries ago, in earlier civilizations. 5. Past simple versus present perfect simple. 1. In general, the past simple is used to refer to periods of time or moments which are finished. The present perfect is used to refer to periods of time which continue up to the present. For example, the 19th century witnessed significant technological advancements, including innovations like the camera and the electric light bulb. Recent years have seen significant progress, with the internet becoming widespread. 2. The past simple is used to refer to events at a specific time in the past. The present perfect is used when the specific time something happened isn't important or relevant, or when the present result of a past event is important. For example, I sent my first email 6 months ago. Have you ever sent an email before? 6. Used to versus be used to. 1. Used to. Form subject plus used to plus verb, bare infinitive. Statement, for example, I used to train 3 times a week. Negative form, for example, you didn't used to be good at tennis. He never used to be so good at tennis. We used not to be good at tennis. Question, for example, did they used to play volleyball here? Usage, past habits and states, particularly for the distant past. For example, my mother used to play a lot of squash before I was born. 2. Be, get used to. Form, be, get used to plus verbing noun. A situation that is familiar or no longer strange. For example, I didn't like being the goalkeeper at first, but now I'm used to it. Note, when we want to talk about the process of becoming familiar with something, we use get used to. For example, I'm gradually getting used to being in a new team. Exercises. Circle the correct word or phrase. 1. Rick should know about the meeting because I have told him about it yesterday. 2. Did you meet, have you met last July while you were both backpacking around Europe? 3. I am resigning because the pressure at work became too much for me. 4. A month ago, I have got a letter from Neil, but I haven't replied. 5. Julie has been anxious to speak to you since she heard about your accident. 6. I have had no idea you were such a good chess player. 1. Rick should know about the meeting because I told him about it yesterday. 2. Did you meet last July while you were both backpacking around Europe? 3. I am resigning because the pressure at work has become too much for me. 4. A month ago, I got a letter from Neil, but I haven't replied. 5. Julie has been anxious to speak to you since she heard about your accident. 6. I had no idea you were such a good chess player. 7. If you have finished, put your hand up and I'll collect your exam paper. 8. There have been a number of different reasons for our divorce. 9. It was my birthday last week and my granddad has given me a new laptop. 10. I don't know who is responsible because I haven't worked here long. 11. My brother and I have never been allowed to chew gum when we were young. 12. My parents have sent me to a private school until I was 12. 7. If you have finished, put your hand up and I'll collect your exam paper. 8. There were a number of different reasons for our divorce. 9. It was my birthday last week and my granddad gave me a new laptop. 10. I don't know who is responsible because I haven't worked here long. 11. My brother and I were never allowed to chew gum when we were young. 12. My parents sent me to a private school until I was 12.